Ladies, this is Dr. Asma that's going to pick up from my Masita. We're going to do something after her talk.
Ladies, we have among us another artist who's also doing a solo exhibition just about my time. Here's Christine Das here to join us. You're free to view her works next to my space. Why is such a lovely lady? Can we start? Shall we? Good morning, ladies. Thank you and welcome to our cross-cultural talk on the Malay Ladies Series. To begin, I will briefly decipher 14 of my artworks related to the series. For most of you, we have taken you to tour. I'm going to focus only on those paintings. Yeah? But you're free to come back again to have an overview of the rest. I will begin with the first stage. What was it like then, as a young girl, watching the elders chewing the cereal? I had to try and soon discovered that it was an acquired taste. The symbol of the tepak sirih. That's the taste. I actually how it tastes. It was a bit hot and bitter. But that's the tepak sirih here. In the old days, it was either made of wood or brass. Yeah. The symbol of the tepak sirih has many significant roles, not only as breaking at the ice on first meeting. It has become an important element in the ceremonies of wedding and cultural performances at large. The moon and the blue hue sets the mood of many moons that have passed. I love the way the batik sarung was worn as a tudung and how demure it was. This is what I wanted to capture as an artist. The next is entitled Love Letter. Growing up in Kampung Baru, right in the city of Kuala Lumpur, my journey down memory lane was set off by the many love stories of arranged marriages in the Malay society. I could not but want to paint a story that intrigues the curiosity and challenges the norm when not all love stories have a happy ending. The main character, Fatima, has just received a love letter from a secret admirer. Guess which one? One could be the peeping Tom, one could be the suitor. Well, I leave up to your imagination to explore. Okay. The main character, Fatima, has just received a love letter from a secret admirer who wishes to marry her, but her family has other plans. Nowadays, when arranged marriages are rarely organized, I couldn't help but wonder how past arranged marriages have survived and lasted longer than many common or modern day marriages. Moving on to the next portrait, the wedding preparation. We assume her parents got her married eventually. So now I'm going to talk about the wedding preparation. I'm so sorry. Can please take my hand back away? The wedding preparation. Having had my daughter's wedding's reception held in our home, like many others, the preparation was tedious, but when conducted in the spirit of gotong royong or collaboration among relatives and friends, the event became joyful and lively in the preparation itself. As you can see here, I tried to put a lot of things. Probably in this wedding preparation, these young kids just arrived to have their rehearsal, and then these kompang boys are going to start with their music, and the ladies are still busy cooking. Here you see a few ladies. This is a reminder of my grandmother, how she would gather her friends to prepare her favorite traditional rendang and nasi minyak. I think you all have sampled that, most of you, yeah? As busy as it is, then you see the bride preparing, and she has friends or lady in waiting that helps her on her traditional costume. And again, the ladies in the kitchen busy preparing. And this is the giants because of Palami, where once the groom has arrived, both will be seated in this place, and I will explain a little bit more about this. So as busy as it is, I had, as an artist, I tried to put, as an eye painter, I would say, I tried to put a lot of stories in it. And after painting, my God, ladies, I was so tired, as if I just finished a wedding ceremony. I was brain dead. I told my husband, I'm so tired. I don't think I want to commission work of this anymore. But alhamdulillah, this painting has been sold to a very nice person. I think the rightful person. So I know if I miss the painting, I can always go into his house and say, I want to see my work. Okay. Next, we will go to Bersanding. I just mentioned to you that once the groom has arrived, they will be seated in this palami. Yeah. The blessing of the bride and groom. This is the blessing of the bride and groom. We will call guests or the elders, members, to give blessings. And in return, usually there will be a young girl who would give the pelamin, bunga telur, or the bunga telur, pelamin, what do you say? bunga telur. It's a decorated egg which symbolizes fertility. As an artist, I would want to interpret that so that they may have children like these people who are watching them. You see? And again, we have the traditional dance. Of course, for Tourism Malaysia, I have to add some tourists here. And the cross-cultural friends that I have. Okay. I need to point out, this lady, she was my teacher who always wear red cheongsam, as I remember in my primary school, and I never got that out of her because she's such a beautiful lady and she wear a very high slit cheongsam. I'm trying to capture that, I suppose. And another Indian teacher always comes to the class wearing beautiful sari. Hello? Next is the hantaran and my daughter's wedding. Let's talk about the hantaran. The hantaran is the gifts that will be exchanged between the bride and bridegroom. You see the ladies here, the setting is under the house of the old traditional homes, where you have, if I may say, it's like a basement, like if you could translate into that sense. The ladies would gather and sit on a pumpkin or a, how do you say, a wooden platform. Yeah? Okay. I'm trying to capture what I remember. I remember some faces as like a grandma always watching the rest doing their work, and somebody kindly will offer the syrup, is the common drink, the wedding. And here you see that some ladies are preparing the bunga telur for the, like explained just now. And obviously, when we have grandchildren, you want to put children in this, in my paintings. So there are, for example, if the gift was a pair of shoes and handbag, this is how they would prepare it. Okay, they will be exchanged in a very, very decorative way. And again, here we have the siri junjung. It's a lot of symbolic. It has a lot of symbolic meaning in a wedding preparation, especially or ceremonies. So yeah, then just to make the picture complete is you have a nasty lady, or she would just say, oh, you people you don't do my ways anymore. Maybe I'm hearing this from my grandma. Just says, and she's so fixed with the traditional ways. They would, well, the way I remember her. Okay. This event, like I mentioned to those of you who came to the gallery just now, actually took place. This is the setting of my daughter's wedding. Facing, I think this is in about 20 minutes from Kuala Lumpur. As busy as this, the groom, the entourage came from across the lake here, and then he will be received by relatives, and we have the compound boys to announce the arrival of the groom. And then again, a lot of preparation. The cooking was done at the back of the home. So this is what you would expect of a wedding, a home wedding. Yeah? What happens once we get married? We look forward for grandchildren. This is the ceremony we call, but the setting obviously is not in a real setting. As an artist, I had to show motion of the swaying of the cradle, so to speak. So I had to put these leaves in. You can see these leaves. This leaf is to suggest movement when you sway the dressing cradle. Okay, as we remember before, this is always in batik sarong. Yeah, and most importantly is the wishes of the mother when she put the child to sleep. It's in the form of a prayer or doa. It is again the doa or beliefs of one tradition put into practice, essentially by blessing the newborn and instilling good values in them. It is hoped that they would uphold the positive values of their cultures too. Next we go to another painting called Berkembang, of women and modesty. It was once a common sight to see women clad in batik bathing at nearby streams, rivers and beaches, wearing colorful, intricately designed sarongs. Nowadays, you don't see this anymore, especially women wrapping up their bodies in sarongs and bathing like this in public places. Furthermore, this painting relates to my previous portrait entitled Lullaby, whereby an old myth states that for ladies who are unable to conceive a child, they should swim in the parameters of the sea at the island known as Pulau Dayang Bunting in Langkawi in order to become fertile. You believe it or not? Well, how can I explain to you in this composition? When I was thinking about Berkembang to show at the same time the attire, how the women were dressed, I was also thinking of Pulau Dayang Bunting. So the island here suggests that this woman, probably this young, this so-called brides would want to have children soon, so they believe that they should go to this place. I don't know, not many people have heard about this, but okay. You see here, while I was painting this, something caught my eyes. I saw my mom in her room. She was, my helper has just helped her to put on her sarong. In all modesty, she did not bare her body. So to put up her, we are Malay ladies, right? Even to put up her panties, she would wipe the sarong like this, yeah, so that she would not be seen naked, and she would drop her panties or put up her bra. If this is even done among ladies, this is what we call modesty, and we still uphold till today, yeah. These paintings have been talked about briefly. Today's sketch. Sorry. Pisang, pineapple, in anticipation. These four paintings portray the socio-economic activities of women during the 60s, as I remember. Their simple act of selling fruits of their labors, the pisang or the banana or the pineapple, the nanas, shows how enterprising the lay women already were during that era. I will not go into the detail of it. In anticipation, as an artist, what I wanted to show was in anticipation for a brighter future, a more enterprising venture. So you can decipher it the way you want it, but this is how I interpret it, right? My parents, last but not least, through everything that has been passed down to me from my parents and previous generations, I am now fortunate enough to share these stories with you and hope that the younger generation today will remember and appreciate the customs, traditions and practices of our Malay ladies and should never be forgotten. Thank you ladies for your attention. I now call upon Tuan Asita.
Thank you, Datin Eliza. Very good morning, Assalamualaikum, and selamat datang to this session. And I hope you've had a tour by Datin Eliza Eliza at the art exhibition, and she has also done some presentations here to recap what are some of the paintings that she has put on display downstairs. Now I'd like to find out whether all of you know each other. You know each other? Some, not really. Okay, right, some. Okay, this is what I'd like you to do. I'm going to pass this push ball. My name is Masita Babjan, and that is my colleague, Dr. Azma. She'll be sharing a few things later on. But what I'd like you to do now is to very, very quickly get you to stand up, and I'm going to pass this push ball to whoever is ready. Just stand up, mention your name, mention your country, and your greetings. And if you can see over here, we have a display of various greetings, and find out whether your greetings are on that poster. No, okay, some of you. So we'd like to know more about it, and my friend will write that and probably add that later. Okay? So whoever is ready, just mention your name, your country, and how do you greet in your language in your country. Okay? Whoever is ready, thank you very much.
I'm Jessica, I'm from Finland, and we say tervetuloa.
Okay, how is it Finnish?
Okay,
Please write it in. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm from Canada. We say welcome or hello.
Okay, thank you. Pass the push ball, make eye contact, and pass it on.
I'm Stephanie, and I'm from America. And we say about the same as the Canadians.
Okay.
Hello or welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Mabel. I'm Malaysian. Selamat datang. I'm Lily. I'm from Indonesia. Selamat datang.
Selamat datang. Okay.
I'm from France.
France. Oh, sorry. Is that on there? Okay. Which one is it? Can you just France?
The blue one, the blue one, the pink one.
Yes. Okay. Okay, make eye
From
contact.
Singapore. And we say selamat datang.
Selamat datang, Singapore. Okay.
I'm Jayati from Nepal.
Nepal. Namaste. Is it namaste?
Namaste.
Yes. Right. Okay. Anybody else who's not? Okay.
I'm Brigitte. I'm from Canada, with the French part of Canada. So we say bienvenue.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bonjour. Okay. Right. Anybody else?
No, it's because I'm not from the same country.
Okay. Okay.
I'm from Benin, and we say bienvenue.
And you're from which country again?
Benin.